Okay, this is the connecting rod that was sent by the customer. That was the original rod removed from the engine. It is a genuine Cat connecting rod. It's missing a conrod bolt. I would note that this connecting rod has been rebuilt at least one time before. Please note them indicating marks here showing that the cap's been removed and reinstalled. Also, please see the side of the connecting rod here. It appears to have been ground on before, and quite a bit of material has actually been moved or removed away. You can see here at the side profile. So if this connecting rod has been used for weight indifference, there's a potential weight issue here. Opposite side of the connecting rod has not been ground on at all, so you can see the difference here. Also note that the pin bushing part number, if I can get the glare out of it, is an M1687246, which is an Interstate McBee part and not genuine. So if this is being used for comparison for genuine purposes, this pin should not be used for that. Okay, we are going to start with the customer's supplied connecting rod. For specifications, what we're looking for from these specs are as followed. We're going to be measuring C for the wrist pin bushings, inside diameter, E, that big end bore, inside diameter, and then we're going to be measuring from saddle to saddle. To get D, we take half of E plus half of C, and we add it to the saddle, and that'll give us our D measurement and tell us specifications. Caterpillar spec for D is 10.300 plus or minus 002 or 0.002, sorry. Okay, we'll take this Caterpillar measurements here first. .167. Okay, that measurement for E. Got 3.788. Saddle to saddle. Seven point 7.323. Okay, findings for the customer's genuine sample is as follows. We have that wrist pin bushing measurement, the saddle to saddle measurement, inside diameter of the big bore. Again, to find D, we're going to go 1/2 of C plus S plus 1/2 of E. 1.0835, 7.323, 1.894 puts our total at 10.3005. Range is 10.298 to 10.302. For D, this connecting rod does fall within specifications from Caterpillar. Okay, I have the report set up now for Blue Mac Rod 1 and Blue Mac Rod 2. Blue Mac Rod 1 will be on the left, Blue Mac Rod 2 will be on the right. We will start taking specifications off of these rods and do the same report. We will start with the wrist pin bushings, IDs on both rods. $2.1665. ID pin bushing rod 2. $2.1665. Okay, we will now go to the big end. $3.787. Just going to double check that. $3.7875. Big end rod number 2. Double check this as well. There we go. 3.7875. Okay, so we will do the saddles next. 7.322. And the other rod. .3225. Okay, I will do the math and show the reports here in a second. Okay, I've got the math all done up here. Just go over the findings again. Blue Mac rod number 1, pin bushing ID 2.1665, saddle 7.322, big bore ID 3.7875. Again, to get our spec, we take 1/2 of C plus S plus 1/2 of E to get D, which is the center to center on the connecting rod. So 1/2 of C plus D plus 1/2 of E gives me 10.299. The Caterpillar spec is 10.300 plus or minus 0.002. The range is 10.298 to 10.302. This rod does fall within Caterpillar specifications for length. Blue Mac rod number 2. Our pin bushing ID 2.1665. 7.3225 for the saddle, and for the ID of the big end of the rod, 3.7875. We take 1/2 of C plus S plus 1/2 of E to get D, which on this is 10.2995. Cat spec is 10.300 plus or minus 0.002. So the range is 10.298 to 10.302. This rod is 10.2995, which does also fall within Caterpillar specifications, and this rod is good to go. Okay, I thought while I was at it here, I would just verify all of the measurements as well from Caterpillar, just so you see the specifications and ranges that Caterpillar is giving. The first one for measurement C, which is the inside diameter of the pin bushing, 2.1667 with a plus or minus of 0.3 of a thousandths. 2.1665 is within plus or minus 0.3 thousandths. Blue Mac rod 2 is also 2.1665, which is within specification. And your genuine supplied rod was 2.1667, which is still within Caterpillar specifications for reusability. Next measurement was measurement E of the connecting rod, which is that big bore diameter, 3.7874 with a plus or minus of 0.5 of a thousandths. 3.7875 falls within that specification. 3.7875 falls within the CAT specification, and 3.788 on your genuine rod would be just outside of specifications on the big size of it, as your range would be 3.7879. and you had, or sorry, 3.7879, and you had 3.788 on your genuine sample. So it was a touch big on the big end. For specification D, for the length of the connecting rod, when measuring from center to center, here's your specifications here for D. 10.300 plus or minus the 2/10 or 2/1000 of an inch. And so that is where I came up with that specification for 10.300 plus or minus 2/1000 and the range. And again, all of the rods fell within that specification as well. So, conclusion really, your genuine sample, while a little bit on the big end of things, would still be within your reusability guidelines, with the exception of 1/10 of a thousandths on the big end, which could still be reused. Both Blue Mac rods measured within all specifications for measurements, for measurements C, measurements E, measurement D, for both connecting rods. So there is no issue with length on any of the rods. Okay, I thought I'd shoot just one last video here for the customer, just in case there was any question of just overall length versus the cat specification for the pin bushing, or the bushing length, or that measurement D. For the overall length of the connecting rod, I put a Blue Mac rod, genuine Caterpillar rod, Blue Mac connecting rod, and then just laid a metal ruler across the top of it. Just wanted to show that there is no difference in the overall length of the connecting rods here, as we've got a straight edge of that metal ruler and 3 rods that are at the same overall length as well. Anyway, I just thought that maybe would help clear up any last questions on length of the connecting rods. Please let me know if there are any other questions. Thank you.